Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How is everybody today on this Tuesday morning? Hope everybody had a good weekend. I hope everybody took a chance to do some manifesting on Sunday, which was 5/5, May 5th. So I'm going to just hop on and invite some people here. I did want to just try to make it a habit for myself when I start these videos, now that I have them on YouTube, to just kind of stop and do a little introduction of myself, because now that people could be potentially watching it on YouTube and not just in my group, they may not know who I am or anything like that. So going to try to start to do that. So you're going to see me try to remember to do that. All right. So my name is Julie. I am the owner and founder of Lady Fialte's Light Healing. It is a group on Facebook. It is a channel on YouTube. And basically what it is, in a nutshell, is I do sell metaphysical items on there. You'll find, candles, crystals, essential oils, jewelry, all kinds of stuff, books, oracle decks. There's just a bunch of different things on there that I would be selling that are metaphysical. But really, the selling is great. I don't really make hardly any money at it. It's not what my purpose is for. My purpose is more about these videos, and it's more about sharing and spreading knowledge, and just trying to make everybody's lives better, and trying to make the planet as a whole better. I won't be doing that introduction every single morning, but I will just kind of be saying what my name is, and that I'm founder and owner of Lady Fialte's Light Healing. So you're going to see me trying to do that. And for some reason my computer doesn't want to really scroll up this morning, so it's taking a little extra time here. I'm trying to do it gently too, because I went back and watched a video, and one of the videos where I was doing that, the people heard was this like tapping sound on the screen. So I'm trying to tap gently, but it doesn't always go. So always working on trying to make the videos a little bit better for you guys and gals. So we're going to start out, now that you know my name is Julie and that you are watching Lady Fialte's Light Healing. What we're going to start with is what we typically, sometimes I do forget things. I often forget things. We're going to just do a little quick smudge. And smudging is something I think you should do daily. And definitely, if you are not going to smudge your whole body, which I don't typically do, but I do do my hands, and typically I do my phone. A lot of negativity can come through our phone, but I do like to do my hands. We touch a lot of things. We touch people. We shake hands with people. We touch a lot of objects. Just, in general, our hands are very important to smudge. So we've done that. We're going to light our little candle. And so this month, the candle is Expansion. So we're going to just light that and get that going. And before we do too much of anything else, we're going to pull our card. So last time we pulled, sorry, the sun is like really weird there for some reason. We pulled white opal. And sorry, I don't know, the sun, you know, we're in that time of year where the sun is always, every day it's in a different spot. So I guess it's just kind of coming up weird today. Again, if you see that blob right there move, that's my dog. It's not a monster. She can be a monster. All right. So I am going to pull us another card from the disc deck. You can purchase this deck on my site. For anybody new, when I pull a card, I don't typically pull it for anyone particular. I just pull a card. Just kind of helps us with our learning. But, you know, I usually feel like, even though I say that, the card will most likely appear for somebody somewhere. So if it resonates with you, that's great. So today we pulled carnelian, and this is actually a pretty good stone for this month. So carnelian is for courage, vitality, sexuality, and confidence. It is related to your sacral chakra. So carnelian is the gem form of caffeine. It puts you into overdrive, give you the boost you need to get things done and manifest your dreams, while also kicking your sexuality into high gear. You have pulled this card because it is time to ignite your Latin courage, drive, and sexuality. Meditate with carnelian for bravery, enthusiasm, and motivation. I'm sorry, I'm blind. I say this all the time, but there's always new people watching. I have to wear these glasses to see anything on the computer, but then I can't read anything. So I actually can read, really, carnelian. And I did have, I have a piece right here. Carnelian is, it mentions manifesting. And so we were working on manifesting for 5/5. So it's good for that. I also had it out because we just did Beltane, and Beltane is all about sexuality and fertility and sex drive and all those things. So carnelian was out for that as well. So that happened to be right there for me. I will get a picture up on here for the group. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can certainly go to Facebook to the group, which is called the same, Lady Fialte's Light Healing, and ask to join the group if you want. Otherwise, you won't get the photo albums and the posts and stuff, but you can always just watch the videos here. Again, it's not coming through very good, but I will get that picture up. All right, so we have smudged, we have lit our candle, and we have pulled our card and taken a picture of it. So, time to dive in. So, what are we talking about today? So today I picked the topic of twin flame. It's not going to take a real long time to talk about this today, but I felt it was something that needed to be gone over. Because the video I did last week, or one of the videos I did last week, was about manifesting for the 5/5 for May 5th. And one of the things that you may have been trying to manifest was a partner, a love relationship. And I wanted to come in because one of the things I had said, if you were looking to try to manifest your twin flame, was to light a think it was green or purple candle. I don't remember now. Green or purple candle. But anyway, and I said twin flame, and then I thought back and I'm like, well, you know, we've never really talked about twin flames. So maybe that's something, you know, we just, like I said, it's not going to be a real long video for today, but I felt it was something that we needed to go over what a twin flame is. When I use terminology, I want you guys to understand what I'm talking about, because if you don't understand the terminology, then you're not really going to understand why you would want to call in your twin flame if you don't know what your twin flame is. So we have somewhere along the line lost the meaning of the twin flame. Everybody out there wants to meet their soulmate. And so I'm going to try today, hopefully, to explain a little bit of the differences between what a twin flame and a soulmate is as well. Yeah, just looking at my notes here. So my page won't stay down, and I have to put my phone on it, but then I can't read it all. So just bear with me here. So how many out there have heard the words, the term, I guess term is better, term twin flame? Up until 7 or 8 months ago, I'd probably never heard the term twin flame either. Or if I did, I didn't realize it. So your twin flame is better than your soulmate, I guess, is the big key here. So your twin flame is someone you have traveled many lifetimes with. They are somebody that you are bonded with. So in every life that you've had, most likely they have been in that life with you. So there's really no separation of time. You may not be together on the planet, but you are typically both on the planet at the same time through your lives. I know it's kind of confusing. But it's you can't be separated by time, is the big key. So your twin flame is, you know, your mirror, is the perfect reflection of yourself. Sometimes people will say, oh, you're the yin to my yang, and things like that. And that's a little different because that person is kind of your opposite and balancing you. So an example of that, if you're somebody who's very pessimistic, you may be in a relationship with somebody who's very optimistic, and that would make you more of a yin and a yang kind of a relationship couple. In that way. So your twin flame is somebody who is basically going to be just another version of you. It's pretty much as close as there can be without, you know, carbon copying. You know, obviously they're not going to look like you. That would be kind of creepy. But they are going to basically be a pretty close mirror reflection of you. And they're going to know you inside and out. And sometimes, depending on how aware or awakened you are in your this life, you may kind of notice each other. You may kind of be like, I've known you before. I know you from somewhere. That's that you probably were in a past life together. And some couples have even said that they saw each other and they just knew that they were supposed to be together, and like, the whole love at first sight thing. They just knew instantly that they were supposed to be together. They were instantly in love. There was an instant connection. Most likely in that situation, they have found their twin flame. And your twin flame is going to also help you on your own journey. Every life that we're here, we have, I don't really like the word mission or task, but we have a goal, we have a purpose to be here. And your twin flame, when you line up with them and meet them, is going to help propel you to that purpose, whatever that purpose or goal is. I did a poll of, I don't know, a couple weeks back about if anybody believed in reincarnation. And I was actually surprised that I got quite a few yeses, and I didn't have any no's on there. So I was really kind of shocked at that, but that's cool. And so just a quick thing on reincarnation is my version of it. And again, this is always, you can take it or leave it, or take bits and pieces of it. What resonates with you, take. What doesn't resonate with you, you don't need to take. I'm not here to push anything on anybody. But my take on reincarnation is that we have that goal. We have that purpose that we are kind of meant to achieve. And so you'll hear people say your soul contract. So it's basically like you sign that little contract that says, I am going into this life to complete task, whatever, save the world. And in your life, you didn't complete that task. You didn't complete that goal or that purpose. You're going to come back. And I believe you're going to come back until that purpose has been met. With that said, there are some people who think you only come back a certain number of times. A lot of times you hear the number 9, the 9 lives. There are people who think it's a choice whether you come back or not. Mine is a little bit of a mix. I feel like you keep coming back until you've served the purpose, you've achieved the goal that you set out to on your original soul contract. But then I believe once that's done, then I believe you kind of do have a choice. I believe there are, I don't want to say people, because we're not people in that form. There are spirits that do choose to come back again. They may feel like something needs to be done other than what their original soul contract was for. So they may feel like they want to come back for another reason, come back to help out. Right now, on our planet, we have more people awakening than ever before. Our planet right now is, I don't want to use the word flooded, because flooded is kind of, people take it as to be bad if you're flooded, but we are seeing an over abundance of witches, light workers, shamans, medicine women, medicine men, whatever you want to call yourself. We have more on the planet right now than I think we ever have before. Getting off topic here of the twin flame. And I believe that is because so many souls have seen what is happening to us on the planet. Political, terrorists, mass shootings, all these things that are happening. And I just think that all of those souls that were, wherever you choose to call it, I call it Summerland, all those souls that were in Summerland, have just been like we can't watch this anymore. This can't keep happening. We have to get down there and fix things. So like, I think they're just all like jumping on board to come here and help us fix our planet right now. Because if we don't, the outcome's not going to be good. Maybe not in our lifetime, but I want there to be a planet for my grandkids and my great grandkids and my great 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 grandkids and so on. So I think with what is going on, and I try not to talk politics on here, but I just think between the politics and the terrorists and the mass shootings and the climate and everything that, the waste that we are producing, that all those souls up there in Summerland are like, oh no, this is not happening. I'm going in. Tag me in. I'm going in, kind of thing. So, but the whole reincarnation thing is where I was originally going with that in the twin flame, is that I believe even though the soul contracts are individual contracts, their soul contract is probably very similar or the same purpose as yours, and so you've been kind of set on the same frequency, the same vibe, the same energy, and you're very similar because your end goals are the same. So that's kind of my interpretation of why your twin flame is your twin flame, and that they come back with you to serve the same mission, same goal, same task, same purpose, whatever you want to call it, as you. And again, if you are coming back because you didn't complete your soul contract, and you're with your twin flame, most likely your twin flame did not finish their soul contract either. So you're kind of together doing this, and you're probably going to achieve that end purpose together, and then you'll move on to Summerland, where then you can choose whether or not to come back or not. And most likely, if you choose to come back, your twin flame will most likely choose to come back with you. Is kind of how it goes. So the difference between a twin flame and a soulmate is a little tricky. A soulmate is not someone that you have traveled lives with. So that's one of the big differences. Your twin flame is somebody who has been with you basically on all of your lives, or most of your lives. I'd say all your lives, but there's really no proof, right? So a soulmate is someone who is here and now, and is very similar to you, and it's kind of hard to, they're basically the same thing as far as feeling wise. They're going to be somebody that's going to be very similar to you. They're going to be somebody that you feel an instant connection to, but the big difference is they have not traveled the different lives with you. Now, the big question is, how do you know the difference between your twin flame and your soulmate? Well, you really don't. There's not like a test they can take. Here, fill out these 10 questions and find out if you're my twin flame or my soulmate. I don't believe there is a test for that. I just think one of the things is soulmates in your life will come and go. We have somewhere along the line kind of put the term soulmate in place of the twin flame. I'm not really sure where that happened or how that happened or anything like that, but everybody's always like, I want to meet my soulmate. I want to meet my soulmate. I need to find my soulmate. Soulmates will come and go. You may have multiple soulmates in your life. You may have no soulmate in your life, and you may go directly to your twin flame. So the difference is with the twin flame is once they have come into your life, they will most likely stay there. You've heard the stories of people who met their sweetheart when they were like 4, and they lived together and got married they lived together until they died in their 80s. That is definitely a twin flame. They knew instantly. They knew they belonged together. They were together the whole time. So soulmates, how many times, it's happened to all of us. You're in a relationship and you're like, he's the one, he's perfect, he's awesome, I want to spend the rest of my life with him. And then something happens and you split. You thought he was your soulmate. You thought he was your twin flame. We don't know that term though at this time. I didn't know that term. When I was in my 20s and married my first husband, and I would have said he was my soulmate, which I was correct, but I didn't know that I was correct. So he was a soulmate. He was in my life. He had a purpose to be in my life. He had a lesson to teach me because life happens for us, not to us. So he had a lesson for me, something I needed to learn to be a better person. And I learned that lesson, and I've moved on, and I've met my husband. And my husband and I have been together now 16 years. And I'm pretty confident in saying that he is most likely my twin flame. Even though we don't really mirror each other. As far as our signs, is things like that. We don't have the same signs in our charts. We don't process thought the same way. Our charts are very different that way, but the things we like are the same. The things we like to learn are the same. The places we like to go are the same. We have the same interests in a lot of things. So even though our natal charts are very different and the way we process thoughts are very different, there are like just about everything else is the same. He's a little bit more tactful than me. He's a little bit more polite. I tend to be a little bit more on the abrupt and the blunt way of communication and thought. I have Cap Moon. I can't help it. I try though. I do try. I try not to be to me, what I'm saying doesn't seem harsh, doesn't sound harsh to me, but it comes off harsh to a lot of people. Oh, look, there's the dog. Everybody, there's Neva. Yep. She's popping up for a appearance in today's video. So twin flames, soulmates, there's really no way to know the difference. Like I said, there's not a big test. They can't fill out a test. They can't do a blood test. There's nothing like that. I suppose you could try asking the pendulum and see what the pendulum says. You could always try that. There's always a question that you are looking for an answer for. You can always try the pendulum. Mine does sit right here. This is my main pendulum. It sits right here on my desk/altar. But I do have one that I carry with me. So if I'm out and about and somebody has a question, I can help them with that as well. But that is my main one. When I'm home, that is the one I use. So talking about twin flames, like I said, I am talking about it today because of the manifesting. So if you are doing some manifesting work during the month of May, and you're asking to find your soulmate, you may want to consider changing that to your twin flame. If you want to ask for a soulmate, you can ask for a soulmate. But I just really want to express that there is a difference. And again, we somewhere in time we lost that. And everybody that you talk to, they are like, oh, he's my soulmate, or she's my soulmate, or I can't wait to find my soulmate. Soulmates are not your permanent partner. Soulmates are going to come and go. Your energy, your body, your whole being is in search of that twin flame. So if you ever been in a relationship where you thought, of course, we always in the beginning when relationships are wonderful, we always think they're probably our soulmate. But then you get in the relationship and you know something isn't quite right. You can't quite put your finger on it. He's a nice guy. You love him. He should be great. You should be thankful. He should be awesome. You know, he's everything you ask for. But it's like still not quite right. And that's because he may be a soulmate, but is not your twin flame. So I'm hoping that's making sense to you. As always, if you have questions, you can put them in the comments or send me a private message, whatever you feel more comfortable with. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can certainly comment in there, in the comments section on YouTube. But we were talking about it because of the manifesting. And so again, if you're looking to manifest your Mrs. or Mr. Right, you may want to just be in your meditations or your visualizations, or if you're actually writing out intentions to manifest, or you might want to just consider using the word twin flame instead of soulmate if that is something that you are looking to manifest. Twin flames are obviously a topic during Valentine's Day in the month of February, but I did want to just quick note that it's also a big topic in November. And you say, why November? Because 1111 for numerology is an angel number for your twin flame. So I just wanted to touch base on this so that you know that in November is another time that you could really be looking to do some work with your twin flame if you haven't found your twin flame. But you can always do work with your twin flame if you have. Like I said, I feel that my husband is my twin flame. But during different times of the new moon and manifesting, I will still want to work on better communications, because that is one of our flaws together. Not flaws, I guess, struggles. Like I said, we love to go to the same places. We love to do the same things. We have so many things that we like to do together, but one of our things is our different natal charts, and that makes it a little bit hard for our communication sometimes. So I always set intentions for, open communication, better communication, to be present with each other. So just because he's my twin flame doesn't mean it's all cake and ice cream. It's not all chocolate shakes and burgers. 1111. So if you find, this has always kind of struck me as funny, because there's like, if you see 1111 at the same time every day, it's like, well, of course you're going to see 1111 at the same time every day. You're going to see it at 11 o'clock, at 11 minutes after 11 o'clock. Of course you're going to see it at the same time every day. But if you, in other ways, are noticing 1111, I am always spotting different numerology messages on license plates, or road signs, or the radio station. There's all different places you can see numbers. So if you happen to all of a sudden realize that you're noticing a lot of 1111, whether it's the time, your grocery receipt has 1111 on it, anything like that where 1111 seems to be popping up, it is a sign to you that you are either near your twin flame or that you have made contact with your twin flame. So kind of pay attention to when those numbers are coming up for you if you're someone who is still looking to find your twin flame. If you're in the grocery store and you register, your little receipt comes back and you paid $11.11, take note of where you are, who's around you, things of that sort. And maybe see, or who you're thinking of as well. If you're thinking of somebody and you're saying the 1111, that could be a sign that that person could possibly be your twin flame. And I believe as all of these souls are kind of rushing back to our planet at this time. Little side note of my own opinion here, as these souls are, so many of them from Summerland or Heaven or Valhalla or whatever you want to call it, are coming back to the planet at this time because of, like I said, the politics, the mass shootings, the terrorists, the climate, all of these things that need some severe work. All of these souls that are coming back, your twin flame may not be in the form that you think he or she may be in. So I think because so many are coming back at this time, that this is why we are now seeing so many different types of relationships. They were there before. Don't get me wrong, they've always been there. They just were hidden because we weren't very accepting of them. But I think that we're seeing so many more different variations of relationships now because of all of these souls, all these light workers, shamans, medicine people, whatever you want to call them, are coming back to our planet. They are coming back in different forms. So your Mr. Right could actually be your Mrs. Right. So the possibilities are endless. Your twin flame is not about the body that it is in. It is about the soul, the energy that is in that container, in this container. If you are somebody who, isn't open to that stuff, you may get an awakening there somewhere. But it will happen eventually. Hopefully everybody will awaken and it will happen eventually. But just be aware that is my take on the situation. And again, I don't like the word situation because situations tend to be like, oh, we have a situation. Our circumstance, I don't know if that's better. But because of all of these souls that are coming back to the planet, they're coming back in all different ways. And they're very awakened in their states. And they're very open to like coming back as different relationships, different forms of relationships, I don't know. I don't want to insult anybody. I'm not trying to insult anybody, but I just think that, and I have you love who you love. That's the bottom line for me. That's all I care about. But I just think that because of all of these souls that are coming back, we're seeing so many different and diverse relationships. And personally, I don't think it's bad or good. I think it's just what it is. And I think that's just the way it is, and you love who you love. So if you want to do, if you're somebody who's single and wants to do some twin flame manifestation during the month of May, just remember the difference between those terminologies now, the twin flame versus the soulmate. So if you've been asking, manifesting, praying for a soulmate, which is by no fault of yours, because I believe that somewhere, like I said, that terminology got lost, and that's what we were told, is that you wanted to find your soulmate, but you really need to be looking for your you don't need to do anything, but if you're looking for a relationship and you're looking for a lasting relationship, the love of your life relationship, you should be looking for your twin flame, not your soulmate. Okay, so again, we'll probably pick up on this again in November during 11/11. So that's again the numerology of it. But just kind of pay attention. Always I say pay attention to the numerology anyway, even if it's not 11/11. Pay attention to the different numbers that come up for you, and what their meanings are. And if you're somebody that sees, I often see 555 or 333. Those come up for me a lot. So just kind of pay attention to what's coming up for you. And if you are somebody who's single and looking for your twin flame, just take extra time, I guess, to notice the numerology that's around you and see when your 11/11s are popping up on you and what's going on or what you're thinking about at that time. And that may help guide you towards your twin flame. All right, so with that, I have to go to work. So I have to sign off with all of you lovely people. I hope you have a great day. I hope that you spread kindness to the world. And remember that your kindness may not only change your day, but may change the day or possibly life of someone else that you have crossed paths with today. So thank you for watching. Love you guys. Have an awesome day.